too loud. This is only our second Friends in Mineral Town stream, so we may still be working on figuring out audio levels. And just give me a second to switch to a controller. I imagine I could probably play it with the mouse just as easily, but as I played the original on original hardware, and that was more of a controller style. That's just what I'm used to. Alright. This is an autosave from the start of that day. This is a manual save from the end of that day. So I will read that journal. And it looks like I was ready for bed. My family is trying to do a FaceTime call. I know at least one of the people in that group does a, checks my Twitter. But now that I'm streaming now. Alright. It'll be another sunny day. Taking a day off from tips. Ding dong. On a morning like all the other, I rang the doorbell on my errand on my neighbor's house, letting Adrienne know I was there. Adrienne, good morning. A few minutes later, I heard the sound of a window opening. Adrienne peeked out of her second-story window, her hair a floofy, bedheaded mess. Good morning, Adrienne. I'll be ready in a sec, okay? That's Adrienne. She's my neighbor, my childhood friend, and my girlfriend. I know what you're thinking. Our names sound exactly alike, and that does get confusing at times. But so it goes. 2 minutes later. Sorry to make you wait so long, Adrienne. Adrienne came out, dressed in her school uniform. The impressive bedhead I saw mere minutes before was all but brushed out. Mostly. To be continued. It was a lot more confusing in the original. It was Aaron with an A and Aaron with an E, which actually do sound exactly the same. Spring derby on the 18th, cooking on the 22nd. I can't cook yet because I haven't bought the kitchen. It is raining today. Let's get our fish from yesterday sold. Plus a couple wild grapes. I don't need my... Let's make sure I water, I got confused for a moment. The stable and barn switched positions. Actually gonna scythe the weeds since I would actually pick them up in this game if I didn't. Alright. Gonna sell weeds. Sure. And put that away. And we gotta go up to the mountain to do our daily harvest goddess gift. Do not want to forget to do that ever if I can. Well, if it isn't Patrick, I'd love you to come see me again. Oh, I thought today was the day. I guess it's tomorrow. Thought I was getting a reward today. I was excited. Well, there's my flour that I'll need. looking for any forageables to pick up. Can there be things up here? Maybe, but if so, not today. That's from yesterday. Figured I'd talk to Guts, because I saw him walking by. It's a bamboo shoot. Girl in her... Nope, she's not in her tent. Well, then she's somewhere else. She's not exactly like Linus. Linus would be in his tent. I'm gonna need more lumber, so I figure I should at least be trying to grab these, the branches if I see them. I should buy, chickens shortly. Maybe tomorrow. Um, what is it I'm looking for right now? I don't even know. I could say her dialogue, but she talks for too long. I'll just go around talking to as many people as I can. Have you read any of Basil's books? That's what she says in the... That was one of the original, mistakes that was made. Doctor's taking advantage of his day off to brush up on his knowledge. Thanks. Thanks for at least saying hi. I appreciate it. I already talked to you. I thought you were going a different way. Hello, Ellie. She takes care of paying, the doctor's tab when she's here. Let's see. Alright. I talked to him directly instead of finding the stuff there. I could buy the basic bag, but if I do that, I have no money for chickens. I think it would be more advisable to buy the chickens so I'm getting money every day from them. And then, after that, I can focus on potentially buying the bag. I'll talk to Clint whenever I can. Or Cliff whenever I can. I'll make a confession. Gosh, I hardly sleep. Getting a proper amount of sleep is very important for your health. I understand you're busy, but I highly recommend taking some time to recharge physically and mentally. Be at ease, all has been forgiven, the divine bless you. I don't know what, if anything, I get for that, but I feel like I should confess the thing that's actually true. Switch out to tea party invitations. Are we friends yet? No. But I will at least talk to all of them to try and get them a little bit higher. Befriending the I'm going to keep calling them harvest sprites no matter how many times I see differently in this game. Befriending them is how you really take your farm to another level. There's like 3 different ways to access the menu. I would assume 3 music notes is when you can start to play. And then once you can, you should once you can hire them, you shouldn't hire all of them at once. Uh, you want to cycle them so they're not working for you every day, otherwise they'll get upset. And also give them gifts while they're working for you as well as when they're not, to keep their friendship up. Playing with them can make them slightly more effective at their tasks. Uh, Meanwhile, having them do tasks also makes them better at them. So let's actually look at. They close at 4 and it's 4. I was gonna look at the prices. They are open on Thursday, right? Yeah. Alright. So we'll try and remember to stop by tomorrow. I almost feel like I should take a brief dip into the mine. Because you start with the cabinet, I have a place to store additional minerals I find. So yeah, let's pop into the mine. I don't need a brush. I won't need the axe. Take the hoe and the hammer. And the pedometer just because I have the space. The actual specific spot I was looking for in all of this was my anything that tells me what my tool levels are at. So to find, you can just find straight up money, but you use the hoe to dig and find the ladder. The ladder cannot be in the spaces around the ladder down from the previous floor, nor can it be on the outer edge of the floor, unless that was changed. Also, it was possible in the past for there just not be a ladder. If you're trying to make it deep in the mines, it was recommended to save before going down the floor, so in case it decided to not spawn a ladder at all, you would be okay. We have a couple things in our inventory now. So you can find black grass when you're digging in the mine. Yeah, this used to be called junk ore. Now it's called scrap ore apparently. We'll try and get down a few more floors. Some of the floors are just larger than others. I'm low on energy, so I'm going to try and just break some things. I'm alright with getting a little bit of fatigue. I'll take a dip in the hot springs when I'm done here. Looks like I found a piece of copper ore. I don't think you need multiple pieces to upgrade a tool to that particular level. I think one is enough. Okay, I got a fatigue one. Use level up tools. It won't be too long before I get my first power berry, and then I'll be able to spend more time in the mines. Get a little bit deeper. I'll get like up to 80. So I'll probably sell all of this grass as well. Let's see. Get those ready for tomorrow. We'll go to the inn to talk to whoever is patronizing the establishment this evening. Got basil. And we've got... Oh yeah, his name is Duke. Got Anne. And no one minute to count it right now. Oh, here's an event. By the way, I found out rival marriages were removed, which is greatly disappointing to me. Hey there, Cliff. How do you like it here? No complaints. Oh, that's good to hear. Now that I think of it, we don't talk very often, do we? I guess we don't. So how'd you come to this town? To sightsee? Or for work? Ooh, or maybe... Sorry, I don't want to talk about it. Cliff just doesn't talk very much. It's not just you, Anne. Thanks. Anne just disappears. Huh. Let's see if he says something different now. Not, in event. Well, be able to help him later. I'm going to step outside. Oh, talk to Cybar. Rice milk? Telling me about flu shots. So because he's not actually out here, I can't order anything. They close at 9. I want to talk to the proprietor and get some water. Not tonight, I guess. So it told me that junk ore is not used for much. But I'm still going to hold on to what I got today. Just in case there's something I'm not aware of. Let's write in the journal. And see how we made And there's money. Sold some fish and some other things. Alright. Another sunny day. A bit over fatigued, so I took a little time off to recuperate. If you ever feel exhausted, like you don't have any stamina left, don't push yourself. Please take the time to rest. If you do keep working, you may very well collapse. So they used the day off as a excuse to teach us about energy. Oh my gosh, Miss Amy, you're not going to believe this. Tut tut, Sakura, no running in the halls, please. Oopsie, I'm sorry, Miss Amy. Now what is it, Sakura? Miss Amy, look, this was delivered to my house this morning. Ah, a letter. Shall I read it? Please do. Continued. Okay, and the usual thing there. I think that's... Yeah, they tell you about texts twice. I usually take one of the times that I'm going to shop anyway to get my flu shot then. Oops, I did not want to sell the flower. But I will go ahead and sell the black grass. I forgot to buy more turnips. That's okay. Darn it. If it's like it was in the original, then your first tool upgrade from the first level to copper actually only takes 1 day. So you could water your crops for the day and then take the watering can to Saibara and get the copper one back the next day. So we may see if that's possible. My horse decided to go all the way over to the other side of the farm. Alright, before I do my shopping, I didn't bring my axe for any branches, but that's okay. It's not too important. It's just something I want to try and do from time to time. So, Patrick, since you've been so sweet visiting me all those times, it's only proper that I should return the favor in kind. I hereby present you with a power berry. Ta-da! This is the only time I'll be able to grant you such a magnificent gift, but I hope you'll still come visit. Oh my, I'm rather fond of this. So you can see I now have 165 total energy. Each one will increase my energy by 15. There is like a number system to your energy, even in older games, but there wasn't a on-screen indication of exactly how much energy you had. So I'm still getting used to that. Actually being able to see how much energy I have. I think it's possible to, if you get close enough to them, actually pick up the animals. Or maybe that's just Harvest Moon 64. Who knows? It's been ages since I played these games. Harvest Moon 64 is a menace, by the way. if you want to try and get everything. There are like 6 different spots during the course of the game where if you get just a little bit unlucky, you won't get everything. But we're not playing Harvest Moon 64, are we? We are playing Story of Seasons. So let's first double check the price of chickens and their feed to make sure that I can afford them before I buy them. Alright, so in Kits and Goods, chicken and rabbit food is 10G, so not very expensive. And then Angora rabbit costs 3,000. Why don't I get 1 chicken and 1 brown chicken? Oh. I'll just do random names. I will name you Helen. And a brown chicken. I will name you, Sandra. Sure, why not? And of course, oh, when raising chickens, be sure to feed them every day. Collect chicken and rabbit food from the dispenser and put it in the feeding bin. Put enough feed in feeding bins for each chicken. If you forget to feed them, they won't grow or lay eggs. And also give your chickens their feed directly. It's important to show your animals love and care as you raise them. Stand near your chicken and press the confirm button to talk to them. As long as your chickens are properly fed, they will lay 1 egg a day. And the more the chicken likes you, the better the quality that egg will be. Put an egg in the incubator and in a few days it will hatch into a chick. Chicks born on your farm will grow to like you more quickly than chickens that are bought. Ring the bell outside your coop to send your chickens out to pasture. Leave them in the pasture for several hours and they will find their own food so you won't need to feed them. At 8 p.m. chickens out in the pasture will automatically return to the coop. So I should probably buy at least, let's buy 12 things to feed. But we still want to get a couple packets of turnip seeds as well. Let me also... Oh, Sabara is closed on Thursday. As is this house. Books I love, books are life. Heard someone say that once. Can't say I disagree at this point. I do enjoy books. Just trying to pop in to check on people each day. Sidebar is here since he's closed. Try not to work yourself too hard. So let's get a couple packets of turnip seeds. I do feel, not really. Actually, I feel fine today. Is he always going to call me Mr. McFarms a lot? Or will that change with friendship? I'll just talk to them all first, and then I'll see if their friendship has increased. There is something I'm going to have to check with eggs. Oh, Cliff, you ought to try speaking with the townspeople more. They're all very nice people, I assure you. Yeah, but it's awkward. No one seems to actually enjoy talking with me. Are you me, Cliff? Don't say, that's odd. You speak normally with me, and I enjoy our conversations well enough. Because they're not like other people. Normal people, it's like they perceive me differently, or something. What is it that makes me not like other people, I wonder? Hello, Carter. Oh, and Cliff's with you too. There are something of a rare sight around the church, Ran. What brings you here this afternoon? You did order delivery, didn't you? Otherwise, I'm here with somebody else's lunch. Oh, I'd completely forgotten. You're absolutely right. Thank you very much. You're more of a space case than I thought, Carter. Well, here you are, our special lunch, just for you. By the way, what are you doing here at the church, Cliff? Praying? Confessing? Cleaning? I have this great wax. Nothing really. Who are you, Charlie Brown? Rand, I have a request for you. It's about Cliff. He is extremely shy, so he finds it difficult to speak with the townspeople. Hey, Carter, what are you... I want to help you learn to get along with the townspeople, so I'm calling in some conversational muscle, as it were. It's got a terminal case of shyness, huh? So that's why. Okay, I'll do it. I'll be his partner in conversation. Just leave it to me. I didn't agree to... Don't you worry, I'll retrieve that fear of strangers faster than I can scrub a stubborn stain out of linens. Alright, I still have some work to do at the end, so I'm heading back. Goodbye, Carter. See you at the end, Cliff. I'm just waiting for rain. The second hard event you see with Anne and Cliff is difficult. It was always difficult to get the trigger, because it had to be a rainy day, it had to be like a specific day of the week, at a particular time. It was wild. And every single guide that someone wrote about the game had a different time and day listed. So there was no consensus on what to actually do to make it happen. Apparently Juan is important now. Or whatever his name is in this game. I think, because it's only 5, if I ring the bell, the chickens will still come outside. I guess we'll find out. So he did. He put corn in here to grind up to 30 bags of feed. Can I, like... Can I put it in there like that? Yes. So since they're outside, they should find feed on their own for today. If I'm understanding everything correctly. How do I do one at a time? Why? Oh, and don't forget to plant my turnip seeds. Alright. It does not appear that uh, things regrow. It doesn't appear like branches and stones come back, so let's not worry about that. I'm wondering about the mechanics of grass spread. Uh, I'm concerned that with the weeds in the way, it will not spread. Assuming that it spreads naturally, of course. I don't know for certain that it does. I will go down to 10 energy. Or at least the closest multiple will do. And based on the game's mechanics, the chickens should be back inside now. Yes, they are. And I will sell the feed in the, or I'll sell the grass in the morning. Write in journal to save. And we're going on to spring 13. We didn't sell any crops, but we sold some other things. Alright. Yeah, more sun. Not sure what stuff I can do. Whistle. It's as simple as it sounds. If you have a horse or a pet, you can whistle and they will come running to you. You can also use it to get the attention of townsfolk. If you see them walking up ahead and you want to speak with them, you could whistle to grab their attention. Megabot Ultra, or the Autumn Breeze. Watching me should turn the lights on and see the good distance on TV. Episode 1, The Resurrection. Rory, Azel, Goldie, and Sage are sitting in homeroom. They are of course not alone. Most of their classmates is all around them. You see, tomorrow is a long-awaited autumn class trip. This year they are slated to go hiking in the mountains, so their teacher is passing out the list of supplies they'll need to bring. Okay everyone, here's what you need to be careful about on our trip. Listen closely. Your teacher never said anything about what to do if it rained tomorrow. Does that mean they still get to go, rain or shine? Find out in the next episode. Tomorrow is White Day. For those looking to celebrate, don't forget to prepare some cookies for that special young lady in your life. Well, I don't have a kitchen, so, oh well. I have left no moles. I have 675 farm points. What I want to see is where my tools are. There we go. My watering can can be upgraded multiple levels right now. Once you can get the sprites working for you, it takes a little bit longer to get your watering can to level up then, but because you don't have to water as much. But you still want to make sure to at least water enough crops so that you can upgrade your watering can. And of course, if the harvest sprites are watering your crops for you, then you can feel free to upgrade it whenever you want and not worry about whether things are getting watered. Damn it. One thing that's nice about this game is the animals don't come outside until you ring the bell and then go back, no, on their own. You don't have to, and then you don't have to try and remember to like close the door behind them. They'll go inside and stay there until you tell them to come back out. Except for the horse, it will come out every day, whether you like it or not. Okay, it moved after I whistled, which means that it likes me more now. At least a little bit more. I will put feed in. I will put feed down. And we'll find out if the feed is still there in the morning if I have them come outside. Or if it assumes that if you put feed down, you want them to eat that instead. On rainy days, I'll try to remember to feed them by hand, since it said they like that more. So, well, I don't think it shows up in regular friendship. Oh, it does show up here. Yeah, the harvest goddess does have a actual friendship meter. So we're going to continue gifting her, and there are additional rewards for gifting her enough times. We're also waiting on cucumbers because that will be a particular gift we can give to a different spirit. Don't know if I can like sneak. Hoping to find a flower each day, at least. And if I find more than one, all the better. Today I'm going to pop over here and see the price of pets. These are other animals. Where do I buy the pets? I'm not sure. Yep, other event. Oh, yo, Papuri. Hi, Mr. Zach. Hi, Patrick. I didn't know you'd be here. Mr. Zach, is my delivery here yet? Yep, sure is. This is it right here. Took a lot of work to get this now. Hope it turns out good for you. Don't tell Mama, okay? You betcha, I can already see the happy look on her face when she gets a load of that. Me too, I can't wait. You surprised to see me here? Well, yeah, we usually have Mr. Zach deliver our orders to the store, but I wanted to keep this one a secret. So I asked him to hold this one here instead. What did I buy? Do you promise not to tell anyone? My lips are sealed. Really? You won't tell anybody? Well, alright then. See, Mom's birthday is coming up. I want to surprise her, but if I buy a present from town, everyone will know what it is. So I decided to order one for her instead. Yep, it just came in. Don't you breathe a word of this to Lilia, you hear? He's interested in her. Anyway, I'm gonna head home and hide this. Thanks a lot, Mr. Zach. No problem. You keep that safe and out of sight till the big day, yeah? Hey, well. Didn't actually tell me what it is. All this stuff costs too much. It says it takes time to grow. How much time? If it told me exactly how long, I might buy one just to have it. Just gossip. We don't need gossip. Just doing our normal things. With the Harvest Goddess game that was in the original, it was easy to upgrade your bag size and then give them gifts every day. They love the flour from the store. So you could just, buy enough of that to basically gift them every day forever. But as I don't have that massive cash infusion to help, it's a little more perilous to try and get them those things. So that doesn't mean I can't buy enough wheat flour to give them. But I'm not making enough each day to sustain it over the long term. So everything locked precisely at 4. I'll get what I can into the shipping bin. I'm gonna get some energy back at the hot spring, and then I will come down and end the day with some fishing. But I don't want to wake up the next day with as little energy as I had today. I like that you get your money immediately in this game rather than while you sleep. Yes, you get a summary of your earnings at the end of each day, but you get the money for the earnings immediately when Zach shows up at 5. It smelt you. One of the power berries is gotten by fishing in the ocean in winter. But, of course, a reward of that caliber you're not going to get with the basic fishing rod. So that's why I'm trying to make sure to end at least some of my days with fishing to, over time, upgrade the rod. Plus a little bit of extra money doesn't hurt. Wow, that one's a little bit bigger. Not big enough to be counted as a medium fish, but bigger than the other ones we've been catching. Ah, I got away. That's surprising. I thought I was pretty quick on the tap. We'll do one more cast. Alright, we'll have 8 fish to sell in the morning. Now, after the fish have sat in my pocket overnight. How long? It starts on read, so how long until I accidentally load the day instead of save? Alright. Today's white day. I don't have cookies or any way to cook them. Now for tomorrow's weather. It's gonna be a day for the fishes, folks. Rain will start in the early morning hours and carry on throughout the day. Sleep? Yes. If you hold still and don't press any buttons for a while, your character will flop down onto the ground and go to sleep. I've seen that happen. Keep in mind that while you technically are asleep when this happens, it won't restore any of your stamina or relieve fatigue. Ah, it won't? It won't, I'm sorry to say. Emerald Academy, Maiden Memoirs, file number 15, The Twin Maidens. Every day at the same time, in the same spot by the train car door, she's there. Standing alone, she leans against the door, her eyes closed. She waits for the next stop, the stop where her friend always boards. The train slows to a stop. She opens her eyes and slowly turns to face the door, a smile creeping up the corners of her lips. There on the platform, she sees her friend waiting. The door opens. Her friend trots up to her and sweeps her up in a hug. Eyes bright, they begin chatting about the next week's final exams. The next stop is theirs. Somehow their conversation topics shifted from tests to their least favorite teachers. The train slows to a halt and the doors open. Still gossiping, eyes still bright with exuberance, the two girls clasp hands and step out into the world beyond. Hope all you young ladies out there receive cookies from that special someone in your life. I can make cookies in real life, my character can't. At least not yet. I don't have a kitchen or the recipe for cookies. Unless it's one that you start with. I'm not clear on that. I will find my horse first. Oh, it's by my crops. It's among my crops. How does my horse feel about me? Not fantastic. It looks like my first batch of cucumbers is done. And unlike the turnips and the potatoes, they will continue to grow. Did I say parsnips? I feel like I'm probably going to a few times, so I mean turnips. Another thing I like about this game, and I mentioned it before, is that you can go ahead and water the spots while the crops are there. Okay, I will harvest all of them, but I'm going to hold 2. And sell 7. Alright, so is the feed still there? No, it is not. So if I put out feed, even if I let them out, they will eat the feed in here. That is good to know. I'm going to sell one just like that, and I'm going to take the other up to the mountain to see if I can do what I think I can. Once again, I forgot to bring my axe. I'm actually going to read the sign by the hot springs that I've ignored until now. If you throw an egg in here, you'll get a hot spring egg. Egg quality will have no effect. So, pick up an egg, throw it in, and I get what used to be called a spa boiled egg. And I believe the egg sells for 50 and the spa boiled egg sells for 80. So until your egg quality is high enough that you get more than that for selling it, it is advantageous to bring any eggs you have up here to turn them into. Again, I will call them spa boiled eggs, but the game calls them hot spring eggs. It's hard to rewire your brain from thousands of hours of seeing them called something else. Also, while I'm up here, I need to separate those again. And I'm going to stand here and throw, not that, darn it, a cucumber in. And the kappa shows up and says nothing. But we're going to do that over the course of a number of days. I think that's not because it's Saturday, not because the game considers this a festival of sorts, holiday. Yes, Lilia's husband is still alive, but we never actually meet him. Even in the original, where there's a something you receive after you've been married for 50 years, you still never meet her husband. I haven't seen Harris in a few days. Make sure I'm talking to the sprites each day. So I planted 2 plots of cucumbers, mostly so that I would always have enough for the kappa. But as far as I know, once I get the first reward from him, he doesn't have any additional rewards after that. I was going to check if I could actually buy cookies, but I mean, I can buy cookies here, but he said that they don't have a carry-out menu. He wasn't here the other days. I need extra water. I'm not hydrated enough. Guzzle it down, dude. I'm hydrating. That's what I'm doing here at this time of day. I know I already talked to them when I walked by them, but no. It's not going to hurt me to talk to people more than once in a day. I think they're only open until 3. No, they're open until noon. 10 a.m. to noon. One of the things that makes Harvest Moon difficult to get Harvest Moon 64 difficult to get anything is the version of Basil in that game. He leaves every spring, and then, he's only there every spring, and then he leaves for the rest of the year. So if you don't give him enough, and when he comes back in year 2, he can give you a power berry if you are good enough friends with him. And if you don't have, if you didn't get him enough friendship in the first year, he doesn't bring back the power berry at the start of the second, and then you miss out on getting everything. That's what happened on my last attempt to perfect the game. Basil did not have enough friendship, even though I gave him a gift every day. It was horrible. I fished up fish bones. I'll fish until I have 30 energy left. Well, 29, because everything takes 2 energy. I wonder if as my farm level goes up, things will take less energy. Or if I'll just have to make sure I get as many power berries as possible. Honestly, I should just be tilling spots on the farm until I get another one. Can I trash things directly from my inventory? Yes, I can. Hello, welcome to the stream. I suppose New Farmer is fair. Uh, it's not my first time playing Harvest Moon or Friends of Mineral Town, but I haven't really played Story of Seasons yet. I played the original on the Game Boy Advance. So I'm still getting used to uh still getting used to the remake. Right in journal. Alright, so yes, we got 50G for the regular egg that I sold. And we saw that it's raining today. And it's going to rain again tomorrow. Today they're teaching us about opening the menu screen. Yes, I played the old version a lot. Dear Princess Part 2. I, the Princess, have been 2004 was when Friends from Middle Town originally came out. Party is lovely, but my first impression of the champion of the realm has been, well, less enchanting than I had hoped. With his stiff posture and bristly whiskers, I'd say he's more like the grizzled old soldier who trains heroes than a legendary hero himself. At least he looks tough. I tried striking up some small talk with him, but evidently he's more comfortable in combat than in conversation. Even my simplest questions turned his face beet red and his words to mush. It's actually kind of sweet. I suppose marrying a mealy-mouthed meathead is better than settling for a silver-tongued snake. Or at least, that's what I keep telling myself. But now I'm putting the cart before the horse. Just how tough is he? If I'm going to marry a man for his might, then I'll have to see how strong he is with my own eyes. But how can I measure whether the hero lives up to his legend? Suddenly I hear an unfamiliar voice calling to me. Perhaps I can be of assistance, dear princess. To be continued. Ah, yes, Back to Nature was the PlayStation game that inspired Friends of Mineral Town. So, uh, you are correct that Back to Nature came out in '99, and then uh, in 2004, Friends of Mineral Town released. I thought they did eventually release the female version. In this game, at least, there's not two separate versions. You just choose at the beginning. But the original Friends of Mineral Town and A Wonderful Life had a entire separate game that allowed you to play as a girl. I'm actually going to hold on to the honey and give it as a gift today. go ahead and harvest all of these cucumbers. I don't think the quality matters when I'm giving them to the Kappa, so I will sell the higher quality ones. I'll make sure that I always have at least 2 in my inventory when I leave. And I said on days when it's raining, I would feed them directly. And I'll take their eggs with me to the springs. Yeah, I missed when Harvest Moon was just Harvest Moon, when before Natsume and Marvelous split. It's actually the 30th anniversary, like right now. I saw something about a presentation on like August 24th to talk about their plans. I didn't play the original Harvest Moon on SNES when it came out, but I have played it now. And I've played, most of them since then. I have not played Grand Bazaar. Uh, no. Um, what's the one what's the other one I've been playing? I can find that real quick. I have it on my Switch. Let's see. The one I have on here is Harvest Moon, not Story of Seasons, but it's Light of Hope that I play on my Switch sometimes. But a lot of times I just play the older ones because I liked how they were back then. A Wonderful Life was basically the last one I played a lot of. After that, I mostly stayed away from the series because I didn't like the direction it took. I guess she doesn't agree with his beliefs. So, if I'm correct, Guts loves honey. So if I have spare honey from time to time, I will give that to him. Yeah, games are expensive now and just keep going up. I'm gonna check the price of a tool upgrade. I think it's 1,000 for a single level. Yes, to upgrade to copper, it takes 1,000. And it says I can, uh, it appears that I can skip levels if I want to. So like my watering can, which has more experience. Hmm. It says I only need one copper, so since I got a couple, I could upgrade 2 tools if I take in what I need. Actually, I should do that now. It's going to be raining tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't decided who I'm going to marry yet. Most often, I'll end up marrying Ellie or Maria, but I'm not sure if I'll do one of them or someone else this time. Since I don't have to worry about watering crops tomorrow, I will go ahead and get an upgrade for my watering can. I'm so used to always having all my tools with me. At least I can do it without even going inside. Okay, I have the ore, I have the money, I have the tool. So he tells me to leave. I wonder where the mayor is today. Lily is here frequently. It's a rainy day, so Carter might be hearing confessions. Monday, Wednesday are rain days, you can confess. Uh, Most of the townsfolk don't like me. How funny, I found that I dislike being around you as well. Let's wrap this up quickly, shall we? The divine have no forgiveness for sinners like you. Heavenly retribution will surely rain down from above. I think that will be enough for today. I believe if you get forgiven when you say the townsfolk don't like you, everyone likes you a little bit more. I don't believe there is any penalty for not being forgiven. They've been at 2 for a while, and hopefully this will be enough to get them up to 3. No, but ask them if they want to play anyway. Just in case. No. Alright, we will check the beach for grass to ship. just one out here today, but that's one more than zero. Let's see if there's anything in here. Um, there's a couple flowers. That's something. No, I'm gonna try fishing in this spot. See what I get. It's already past 5, so I can't sell that grass today. Get some different fish than what I find on the farm. Though I would probably find different fish today anyway, since it's raining. I think 24 centimeters is like one below the threshold for a medium fish, though it might be 30. One thing that Back to Nature had that Friends of Mineral didn't have was a fish pond. You could put fish in the pond and use fish feed, and over time they would grow. So if you put small fish in there and then fish feed, the small fish would eventually become medium and then continue up to large. But Friends of Mineral Town did not have a fish pond. When I started playing it, I tried to throw fish in the pond and they just were gone. Which was quite disappointing. I mean, I'm not surprised it's the largest minnow you've caught. You've only caught one other. I will leave at 10 p.m. I'm not sure how exactly the experience for the fishing rod is calculated in this version. I don't know if it's just casting it, if it's specifically catching a fish, or what. I will separate one flower as usual. I hope Juan doesn't come asking me to buy a base soon. I don't have the money for a base. But I did make more than 1,000 on that day. That's pretty good. Okay, it will be sunny tomorrow. Again. Uh, Press the confirm button to open the screen. Very, very basic stuff. Let's see what today's entertainment is. Fish or be fished. Don't fish for mediocrity. Cast your line for excellence and reel, reel, reel. It's time for another episode of the Fishing Facts Show. Fish or be fished. Today we've got a famous angler, Mr. Fisher, talking to us about what we can fish up during the lovely season of spring. Oh, Mr. Fisher. Hello there, Mr. Fisher here. Spring is a nice warm season and a great time to catch fish. If you cast your line in the ocean this time of year, you'll often turn up needlefish and seerfish. Set your sights on lakes instead, and you'll find plenty of minnows just waiting to be caught. Try discovering for yourself what kind of fishing rod you need to land these beauties. So we caught a minnow, so we know that those can be caught with this. The Spring Derby is on the 18th. So I have a horse, but it's not old enough for me to participate myself. But we can still go and bet on the races. Congratulations. You're our winner. After a rigorously supervised raffle process, you were chosen as our grand prize winner. Prize attached below. And I got something rare, I think. I got Van's favorite. Yeah, I heard that that's like extremely, extremely rare. I'm gonna stick it in there for now while I try to figure out what to do with it. If I'm not mistaken, I just got incredibly lucky. Looks like all of my turnips are done, as are the potatoes. There are no cucumbers done today, but that's why I made sure to keep an extra one. I have time to grow more turnips and potatoes this season, so I'm not going to worry about holding on to any. Make sure that my horse is happy. Alright, I have to stay inside. We'll do our usual daily thing here. Giving Harvest Goddess a flower. Upgrading the eggs to spa boiled. And giving the Kappa the cucumber. Alright. I did bring the axe with me, so I can get branches. There are probably some things about this game I should have looked up. But I'm going off what I know from the past and seeing how far it takes me. Alright, so Gray is taking the copper watering can. In Friends of Mineral Town, it was very important to invest heavily in the spring and fall horse races. That is how you would get tens and tens of thousands of G. Now, I don't know if that's going to hold up, but we will find out. But as far as today goes, I need more turnips and potatoes. I believe I can trade, uh, I believe I can trade in, uh, medals that I get from betting on the horse races for a power berry, if I get enough. And then besides that, you want to spend metal on brooches. That's the best metal to G ratio you can get. Let's see. I'm gonna try the townsfolk don't like me again. The people of this town would not turn against you for no good reason. There must be a cause. Look deep within your heart and see if you have an idea what it may be. If you do, repent and apologize. Be at ease, all has been forgiven. The divine bless you. So if not being forgiven makes people like me less, that will balance it out. I believe it's more or less random whether you get forgiven. I know on the Game Boy Advance you could save scum and take different numbers of steps to manipulate the RNG until you got forgiven. But I don't know if in the years since they may have programmed it differently so that it's actually truly random as opposed to uh, the pseudo-random RNG of the Game Boy Advance. Obviously with modern hardware they can do things differently. Yeah, I think I read somewhere that befriending Huang is very important in this game, and that fans' favorite can get you something in regards to that. If I needed more flowers, I could pay him for them. I can pay him for the seeds to get more at least. Speaking of which, I'll need to make sure that I get the turnips and potatoes planted today. I was a little surprised to see that the brown chicken and white chicken do not give brown and white eggs. I was kind of expecting that's how it would go. And then I can make sure that I get one more white and brown one when I incubate them. But that does not appear to be the case here. So I have a copper watering can, which will water more spaces, and I assume will also have a higher capacity, but we'll see exactly how that works tomorrow. Those turnip seeds make me nervous. You can barely see them. I'm gonna spend a little bit of time scything again. I don't know if the weeds can harm my crops in any way, but I still don't want them getting too close. And I'm actually going to pull out my hoe now. I don't know if I need to do an untilled spot or if I can just hit the same spot over and over again if I'm looking for the power berry. Just to be safe, I'm going to hit unhoed spots. I guess if I can walk over crops, I don't really need to have uh, I don't really need the spacing, but I'm just used to it at this point. I don't know about the power berry that Kappa gives you for uh, there's a thing about moles whacked on one of the pages. I don't know if you like need the hammer with you. You find a mole to whack it, but yeah, in Friends of Mineral Town, the uh, Kappa power blue power berry was bugged. It was supposed to make it so that you like work better in the rain. You don't you don't get as fatigued in the rain, uh, because working in the rain you build fatigue even if you aren't out of stamina. And the blue power berry was intended to mitigate that to a certain degree, but something about it was not coded properly, so it didn't actually do that. I don't know if that has been changed. I assume that they fixed it for this version of the game, but you can't be certain. Alright, let's write in our journal. I'm looking forward to seeing the upgraded watering can in action. I did make a lot of money that day from selling. Clouds will clear up, but I assume it would be sunny anyway for the horse race. So it's telling me about the journal where you save and load. If you haven't figured out about saving and loading by the 17th day, then that's probably not a good thing. It's Tuesday, you know what that means? Knives and forks ready for tasty time. I and Nara will be judging this cooking battle and tasting what our two wonderful contestants make. Today's theme is fried rice. Now let's get right into it. Contestant A is using onigiri, oil, regular egg, frying pan. Contestant B is using onigiri, oil, regular egg, eggplant, small cheese, poison mushroom, frying pan, and seasoning set. Contestant A seems to throw in a lot of extras, but not all of them work well together. And adding in the poison mushroom is the kind of flavor most people can live without. Therefore, the winner is Contestant A. Keeping it simple pays off. So I've learned the recipe for fried rice. Spring Derby will hold tomorrow in Rose Plaza. If you have a horse you want to enter the race, be sure to let Mayor Thomas know when he visits. But of course, I do not have an adult horse. Hello, we'll be holding the Spring Derby at 10 a.m. sharp in the plaza tomorrow. If only you had an adult horse on your farm, I'd have loved it if you could have entered it and supported the event. That sounds like he's upset with me for not having an adult horse. It is simply not possible in the first spring. I will need both the watering can and the brush. My horse was kind enough to come right over here to be. Alright, so do I have to charge it up? Yes, I do. And it appears it does a 3 tile radius in front of me. Oh no. I was mistaken about the regrowth time of cucumbers. I should have saved more than 2. Now, how much the capacity of the watering can changes, I don't know. It's possible that it didn't change at all. I didn't seem to get much more watered, though I did mess up on the first one, so it could just be that. But it is saving me energy because 3 individual spots would take 6 energy normally, but the 3 spots will only take me 4, so I do save energy by doing it this way. Seems like I don't have to babysit them coming out, though. Do it well enough. We should figure out who we want to marry before too long, because at some point, uh, the Harvest Goddess should ask who I like, as if I continue giving her gifts. And the person you choose gets a significant affection boost. So, we want to know so that we tell her the right person. Or if you want to marry the Harvest Goddess herself, you have to say that you like the Harvest Goddess most. But as a first playthrough of this remake, I think probably going for the Harvest Goddess is not my best option. May go for Jennifer just because she wasn't in the original game. So why not romance the new girl? But either way, I think that's not something we have to figure out right now. I'm not super close to being asked the question. And as far as I'm aware, there's not like a particular time limit I'm working against to try and marry someone. Yo, Patrick, good to see you. Oh yeah, while you're here, let me introduce the guy I'm sharing the roof with. Yo, Brandon. What is it, Guts? Inspiration presently beckons and my hands are heeding the call. This here's Patrick, who just moved into town. Patrick, this is Brandon. Who you bet? Ah, it's you. What, you two know each other already? In a manner of speaking. Great, that makes this easier. See, Brandon's an artist. He does all kind of artsy stuff, like carving and sculpting and what have you. Found him out cold in the woods. Spent so long looking for good lumber to work with that he keeled right over, he said. I couldn't turn my back on a poor sap like that, so now I'm letting him freeload here with me. So are you visiting Crazy Town, or you should be more careful? I'll tell them they should be more careful. I'm told that frequently. Now that's astounding. Are you legitimately concerned for my well-being? I will exercise more caution from here on out. Ah, to heck with it. He's quiet and a little weird, but he ain't a bad guy. Do me a favor and treat him right, would you? I am far away from being able to. I have the money, I just don't have the materials. However, it does appear that it counts the lumber and material stone I have stored at home, so I don't have to try and lug it here with me to uh, try and do upgrades when I want to. I should probably look into getting the fruit trees before too terribly long. I guess my current tree is a grape tree. So I'd probably want to get an apple tree somewhat soon and try and get an orange tree well before uh, autumn. I don't know if they come fully grown or if they take a while. The clock is not quite as important as it used to be. If it shows me, I mean the time counts in 10-minute increments. The clock lets you see the exact time. I'm not hurting for storage space yet. I don't think I imagine the LCD TV is mostly cosmetic, but I can't say that for certain. Is this a statue of a chicken? I think for the moment I shouldn't buy anything today. I should save my money for gambling tomorrow. I cannot for the life of me understand Mr. Cryer. Okay. I guess she visits Moogie regularly. I could afford an animal right now if I wanted to splurge, but I do not want to. I'm going to make sure that the stuff in my inventory right now gets sold today. I'm not sure if I go to the beach and then try and get back to my farm if I'll be able to sell it all today. And until I see a particular source that I trust that says that things that I sell after 5 p.m. or on festival days are actually sold correctly, I'm going to be hesitant to sell after 5 because that was a pitfall in the original. If you sold after 5 or on a festival day, those items were just gone and you would never get the money. I don't gamble in real life, but I will be more than happy to gamble in this game. A young man named Cliff comes to church every day saying he wants to atone for his sins. Do you understand the fundamental truth of atonement, Patrick? Yes, it's punishment. No, that is not the point of atonement, but... In older games, it was easy to tell when the harvest sprites were your friends because they would stop saying, but actually in some of the games they don't even speak English very well, and the better their English was, the better friends you were with them. It's looking like if I really want to actually get them up, I'm going to need to give them gifts. But if I do well with my... Just to watch, I'm definitely going to bet on the winner this year. If I do well with my betting, then I will make lots of money and I won't have to worry about the uh, about buying gifts for the harvest sprites. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell the grass tomorrow. These 3 pieces of grass. I won't sell anything else, and if I get money at 5, I know that you still make money on uh, festival days. I won't sell it tonight because then if I make the money, I don't know if it's because you get money after 5 o'clock or you get money on festival days. I will need to do multiple tests to figure out for sure. Beyond that, I'm going to clear up a little bit of weeds and then I will continue trying to hoe for a potential power berry. In Friends of Mineral Town, you actually stored the grass in the cabinet, not in the fridge. So, if this were that game, then I would be able to uh, then I would be storing the grass until then. I don't know exactly what the percentage chance is of uh, hoeing up the power berry is. It's 9:20, so if I go to bed right now with 0 energy, I'm probably going to wake up with not very much. So I'm going to pop into hot springs for a little bit. I don't know if the amount of time you sleep actually matters. It definitely did in the past. But if I went to bed like after midnight and with no energy, then then I think it's still possible probably to oversleep, and you don't want to do that. Alright. I'm going to sell all the grass because I don't want it in my inventory tomorrow, but... Alright. We are going to do the horse race today on this stream. It will still be sunny, and I just like read journal. It's telling me that there are autosaves. It autosaves every morning. Swap. Going to school too. Adrian came out dressed in her school uniform. The impressive bedhead I saw mere minutes before was all but brushed out. Mostly. Come on, Adrian. We have to hurry or we'll be late. Not that I have much room to talk since I'm usually running behind when I arrive to get her. But it would be nice if she could wake up a little earlier instead of relying on me to ring her doorbell as a makeshift alarm clock. Yeah. Oh, hey Adrian. I'm gonna go shopping after school today. Come with me? Just like every morning, Adrian was way too chipper for someone who had just woken up. Sure, but what do you want to go shopping for this time? Adrienne twirled around in front of me, turning to watch my face as she walked backwards to keep pace with me. Honestly, Adrienne, you're gonna trip. See, I wanna. Oops! There she. Because she wasn't paying attention to where she was going, she caught her heel on something and teetered, trying desperately not to face plant on the ground. Today is Spring 18th. The Spring Derby will be held in Rose Plaza starting this morning. Good luck to all race participants. Spectators, be sure to cheer on your favorite racer. I will still need to water my crops and brush my horse. If my horse is going to walk right in front of me, that will take a moment. Did you actually run away when I tried to brush you? The cucumbers are still not done again. I think what I'll need to do is dedicate one of the plots to giving cucumbers to the Kappa, and I can use the other one for profits. I don't think it has to be 10 in a row. I think the ones that I gave it already... I think the ones that I already gave it still count. But I cannot promise that. It looks like I did water all three behind me. If you don't have 3 units of water left, it won't actually water all 3. Which I think is kind of horrible. I'll leave the grapes and the honey. I have no idea whether animals need to be fed today. The festival is starting, but giving the harvest goddess gifts is of paramount importance. And now we will rush straight to the plaza. I'm not going to worry about any additional foraging today. So I am going to save before going in there, but I don't think I'm going to save scum for guaranteed optimal betting. I'll talk to everyone. Alright, so if I talk to the mayor, you can purchase tickets and start the race, or just start the race. You can also see 1,000 medals gets me a Truth Jewel, 900 would get me a Power Berry, Face Pack for 42. You also look terrifying when you wear it. I told someone the other day that of the picture that they sent of while they were wearing a face pack scared me, and they were sad. Let's see, you can buy lotion, popular among girls, sunblock, necklace, give someone as a present, brooch, give someone as a present, diamonds, matsutake mushrooms, adamantite, These maker machines, mayo and cheese makers, predominantly. Diamonds sell well, but birches are what you want. So, once you buy tickets, the race begins. So, of course, the lower the number, the better chance they have of winning, and you get whatever you bet times that. Medals are 50 each, I believe. I could afford 118 medals if I wanted to bet on that one. But 118 times 4 is not 900. If I bet 90 on Holly and Holly won, then I would have the 900. But do I want to blow all of my money on horse racing? I'm not going to bet on the 36. I don't know. I've got a feeling about Holly. I'm going to bet 20 on Holly and see what happens. Holly started well. Yep, should have bet on the one with the best odds. I'm going to see if these are fixed though. So that one didn't work out. Once again, I'll bet on the one that has the second best odds. We're gonna see if the results are fixed for the horse race or if it's random. So Steel won the second race. And then for this last race, there are two that are tied at 11. So if the race results are fixed, then we want to bet on this one because it would give me the best payout no matter what. Looks like the top position run every race. Frankie won. So I'm going to exit and read my journal that I did just before going in. And talk to everyone again just because friendship. I assume talking to them here works just like talking to them any other day. I like that you choose when the races start rather than them just randomly starting without you. Alright, so if I look at this, it looks like the same horses and odds. So does the top horse win again? Looks like yes. So we're going to check the second race and see if the horses are the same again. But the odds are different. So it's not completely fixed. So if the odds are different, then that means that it's not necessarily all the same horses for the last race. But even though the odds were different, the same horse still won. Did they say different things? No, it looks like they say the same thing, even between the races. So, Frankie won last time, but Admiral has much better odds. But in every other race, the same horse won. So I'm gonna go like a significant amount on Frankie. That does not appear to have been a good bet. Okay, so it is random each time. I think it is safe to say. So now that we've done our experimenting, let's actually try and win some medals. It's hard to determine whether I've made any money before the earnings screen at the end of the day because I'm also betting. So I'd have to check my money after I bet and then check my money when I get back home, but I'll just wait for the end of day. Alright. So I'm gonna bet just 20 medals on Jones. That will give me that. Assuming Jones wins, that will give me enough to get something. It's tight, but he did manage to pull it out. So I get 80 medals. Alright. Ooh. I'm gonna bet on Dale. It's only one less than the top two. I think that's not a crazy bet to try. It's neck and neck. Oh no! They were tied for so long. So, none for that race. I should probably bet on Frankie, honestly. Let's put a significant amount on Frankie and just see what I can get. Probably not the power berry this year, even if Frankie wins, but some brooches almost certainly. Come on! Come on! There you go. That was kind of scary. Okay, I ended up with 320 medals. No, I did not say Siri, shut up, phone. I said scary.
Alright, so I can still trade medals for prizes after the last one. I'm going to get as many brooches as I can. Looks like 17. Now, in the Game Boy Advance, items did not stack. So, you had... You could get a total of 38 brooches at a single horse race. 30 that you could put in the shipping basket. That was an item that was removed for this game. And then 8 in your inventory, plus you had to carry the shipping basket. So 38. But now that items stack, you can get you could get a heck of a lot more. So I'm not going to sell them today because I don't know yet whether I get money on the festival day. But we will be able to figure that out for the next festival. I'm going to continue hoeing a little bit. Because power berries are so very important. Nothing happens if I hit them again with the hoe, so I will check the screen that mentioned moles and see if just getting them to pop up counts as whacking them, or if I should be carrying my hammer with me or something while I'm doing this. Oh, I thought for a second I got the power berry. Now my hoe went up a level. Not as exciting, at least in my opinion. Uh, it was something in here. Was it records? It says I have whacked 0 moles, so I think I should be keeping that with me. So we're gonna go ahead and save. It wasn't the best horse race, but I got some stuff. And I will call it a night. I did not make any money, so you do not make money on festival days. So it's good that I did not sell the brooches. Or do I just get the money the next day? I'm gonna sleep real quick. You get the money the next day. Okay. So you don't get it on the festival day, but you do still get the money. Alright, let's read the journal from just before I went to bed. So you get the money the next day. You do still get it. It's going to rain again. On the settings menu, you have the option to change a variety of game settings. Volume, remap the controls. It says check it on your own. Star Lily Heart Stature, Episode 2. Unbelievable. A letter was delivered to Sakura's house. Usami. Now then, let's see here. It reads, at 7 o'clock I shall have the pleasure of helping myself to the leftover bread from lunch you keep in your desk. Mysteriously yours, Star Lily Heart Snatcher. My goodness, is this a calling card? I think it is, Musayami. Now what did I do? A good question. Well, since they were kind enough to send you a warning, why not make a game of it? Oh yeah, now that I think about it, Granny used to play games of cat and mouse with the Phantom Thief in her youth. I guess this means I get to make my debut as a lovely detective now. What? Sakura, don't tell me that your grandmother was the famous detective, Lady Yamabuki Haruri. Yeah, that's her. You're familiar, Miss Sayami? Me. Today is spring 19th. Coming up on the 22nd is the cooking exhibition. Can you boil water without burning it? Then try entering the exhibition. Even the most culinarily challenged are welcome to come spectate. I don't have a kitchen yet, so I won't be able to do anything with that. but I can go watch. Historically, it's been difficult to participate in certain festivals in the first year. So, nothing new there. Go ahead and refill. Preemptive refill. I'll go ahead and sell these 2 eggs as they are, I think. Wow, I talked to my horse and it just booked it. As you can see, a single brooch sells for 1,800. So we're going to make we're making over 30,000 today. I'm sure there are other money-making techniques in this remake that are also effective, but it's good knowing that what I'm already familiar with is still a good way to do it. I did not bring a flower with me from my house, so hopefully I will find one to get. Well, I should go back anyway because I didn't grab any cucumber. So, give me a flower. I'll go ahead and sell the grass. And I will grab a cucumber to give to Kappa. Yes, I will likely find a flower somewhere on the mountain, but as I've said, at some point the quality of the eggs will go up, and I will not be doing that anymore. But for now, I wasn't specifically coming to see you. I came up here to give a cucumber. If I'm not mistaken, the folklore involving Kappa is that you should, if you give them cucumbers, they won't torment you. I should probably upgrade my axe so that I can chop stumps. Typically I get extra corn in summer for the chickens. I'm already thinking about summer. I assume that the season is 30 days. If I can afford pineapples, I will do pineapples. Because they kind of break the game a little bit, honestly. In a good way. Yeah, they cost 2,000 per packet, but every individual pineapple sells for 500. So if you do 9, that's 4,500, and they do regrow, so you don't have to buy the packets more than once. And and that's in the original with the potential to get higher quality ones in this. I assume that the potential profits are even higher. Tomorrow I will give them flour. Well, maybe tomorrow. I'll give them flour soon. Just not there. But my money will go up a significant amount shortly. It's Tuesday and Sunday they're closed, so yes, I can't give them flour tomorrow. I've always liked Cliff in each Harvest Moon game. Or at least one whose name usually stays the same between them. Hydration break. As you can see, we're currently sitting on 31,975 G. So I feel pretty good about that. My watering can is not currently full. I want to make sure that's full at the start of each day. I'm going to continue to hoe, but I'm going to bring the hammer with me so that if a mole pops up, I can whack it. Use all my energy on this. I don't know if getting a... I think getting a power berry does not restore any energy. I don't think I got any back when I got the power berry from the harvest goddess. Um, I'm not finding the berry or any moles today. Alright, I should probably... I think that it's already too late for me to have any chance of waking up with full energy. But if possible, you want to go to sleep without any fatigue, at least. So right now, both my energy and fatigue are being healed. I want to see my face icon in the top left change to the happy face, and then I will go to return to sleep. But things like that are why I always say before I go to bed in the game rather than after waking up, so that if something doesn't go as well as I hope, I have a chance to fix it. I think we should do at least one more day. So other 30,960, you got 31,060 G on that day. It is 6 a.m., so we did not oversleep. It will be a sunny day. Did you see anything you didn't? What's the heart icon display? You can turn off the heart icon if you don't want to see people's friendship when you talk to them. Back about Ultra, the Autumn Breeze, Episode 2 of Better Tomorrow. Okay, everyone, here's what you need to be careful about on our trip. Listen closely. Firstly, everyone is to gather at the school gate by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Don't be late, okay? And be sure to bring all of your hiking supplies. Everything is written on the list I gave you, so be sure to read it over and show it to your parents. Don't forget anything. Finally, you may bring snacks with you, but not more than $3 worth of them. Got it? I'm very serious. We will check everyone's bags before we leave. Anything valued over $3 will be confiscated. They can only bring $3 worth of snacks with them on the trip? Huh? The big question is, do healthy snacks like fruit count, or are we talking sugary snacks only? Find out in the next episode of Pokeball Ultra the Autumn Breeze, the end of the beginning. I mean, to be fair, fruit is sugary too, it's just natural sugars. So, looks like we're getting all 3 grapes and honey today. And the turnips are done again. And all of them were 1 star. I will harvest this group of cucumbers. One of them was 2 stars. And I will bring a cucumber with me for the kappa. Let's not forget about our horse. Just because it's raining doesn't mean the horse doesn't deserve love. In fact, some would probably argue that the horse deserves more love on a rainy day. I'm also going to bring a copper with me. And if I happen to be by the blacksmith in time, I will have him upgrade my axe. I will pull out some feed and give it directly to the chickens. And then talk to them, put the rest back. I don't know if it will be obvious when I get higher quality eggs, or if or if I will have to check the menu to figure it out. Alright. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's 10. I don't know if it has to be 10 days in a row or if just 10 overall is enough. I guess we will find out. Or maybe it's not 10 at all. Maybe they decided to make it more or less. Hello, Jennifer. I guess while I'm over in this area, go ahead and get the tool upgrade. I have the copper, I have the money, and I have the tool with me. So, what you gonna say, Cybar? I mean, part of me would rather just upgrade it as much as I can all at once, but I'll get the copper at least, and then I think I'll get each tool their copper upgrade by itself, and then if I decide in the future to do more than one upgrade at a time, I'll do that. They said the books will change periodically, but I don't think I've done enough that the books would have changed yet. But I believe there are certain like milestones that the game has in mind. Bon Vivant is the name of the gourmet now. Okay. I did harvest my turnips. So I will get more of those. It's raining, which means I can do a confession with Carter. I don't think they take nutritional content into account, if I remember properly. Make a confession. I don't care for my animals. The animals you keep provide you with that which you can eat, drink, and sell from your own bodies because they care for you. Please consider their care as well, if only to repay them for all that they freely give to you. Be at ease, all has been forgiven, the divine bless you. I think that will be enough for today. That should somewhat raise the affection of my pets. Not necessarily by a significant amount, but something. I'm pretty sure that uh, just talking to villagers is not the residents is not the only thing that raises their friendship. I believe just anything will work. Alright, I'm gonna buy some wheat flour. Yes, the cooking exhibition does have categories. So you go there and they tell you what the category is, and then you get sent home and can, you know, make something. It will tell you the category, and then you go home to make something from that category, assuming you can. So it's good to get a variety of recipes before the cooking exhibition so that no matter what the category is, you can participate. Okay, if I'm right, they all love wheat flour. They certainly seem to be excited about it. Like more than a little excited. And yet, none are there yet. I missed the spring 15th birthday and the spring 4th birthday. Aqua's the spring 26th. So there's still one birthday I can get uh, this season. I missed the other ones. They were very excited to receive wheat flour, but one day is not going to be enough to get them to where I was hoping to. Sweep the beach for goodies. Either grass or branch. The advantage to Juan is that he'll sell his seeds in any season, so you can buy them ahead of time rather than the general store where you have to hope that they'll actually be open on the first day of the season, because they're not always. I'm gonna scythe a couple spots. No, I was hoping to see a branch on the beach, but I don't have my axe right now anyway. So I guess it doesn't particularly matter. I want to get some space scythe because the weeds are getting in the way of my uh, hoeing. Okay, I think that'll be plenty for today. Grab that. Alright. Power berries are essential for happiness. There was definitely a something definitely happened with me bopping it, but I don't know if you actually get something for bopping them sometimes, or if uh, it's just something that uh, if it counts towards your farm score or what. Okay, in the top left I have the blue dizzy face. I spent all my energy on a rainy day, so he's a little out of sorts, my farmer. Let's at least recover a portion of my health and fatigue. I think if you have too much fatigue, you can actually be sick and lose an entire day. Obviously, you want to avoid that if possible. Okay, he's very happy. No matter how long I sleep at this point, I think I will hit the full energy. Alright. I think I will do one more day for this stream. So let's write in our journal and go to sleep. Made another 2,000. We can see the birthdays on here, by the way. I assume for the cooking festival it's guaranteed sun. Alright, we're just using the settings menu, dialog box. You can make it so that you don't have the portraits and names when you're talking to people. Emerald Academy, Maiden Memoirs, file number 26, The Gazing Maiden. Every day at the same time, in the same seat, in the same train car, she's there. She sits with her head turned over her shoulder, her eyes watching the scenery pass outside the window. With her face turned away, there is no way to observe her expression. But when the train zips into a tunnel, the reflection on the window shares her secret with the far side of the car. Her countenance is blank. The train slows, pulling into the next station. Her body bobs slightly as it comes to a halt. New passengers step on, and one sits next to her. For a moment, she turns her eyes from the window to look at who it is, but then she returns her gaze to the outside. Once again, the train begins to move, the scenery outside whizzing by while the look on her face remains unchanged. The next stop is hers. As the train slows, she stands up and moves in front of the door. Her eyes, of course, stay fixed on the point beyond the glass, and her face remains as neutral as ever. The doors open and she steps out into the world beyond. Tomorrow's the cooking festival. Hello. We're going to hold the cooking exhibition at 10 a.m. in the plaza tomorrow. You can participate by bringing some of your own culinary creations. I hope to see you there. Trying to remember if, maybe they changed, the spa boiled eggs to hot spring eggs so that it was distinctly different from the cooked item so that you couldn't sometimes get away with bringing spa boiled eggs to the cooking competition. Because it's hard to have a fully stocked kitchen and the ingredients to cook very much at the start of the game. But it's not entirely difficult to get chickens by that point. And, well. Here's one point where, one situation where I would say Stardew is superior to this. I mean, it wasn't in Stardew Valley from the beginning, but at this point, if you're holding a charged tool, you can strafe if you're doing it in the wrong spot. In this game, you cannot do the same thing, as I've just had cause to discover. I'm hoping to get some fishing in today. I named one Helen and named one Sandra. I might name remaining chickens after the other girls in Mambo number 5. Ah yes, that works like this. You see, what happens is... Aha, I see. Fascinating. Guess Basil's teaching her about some plants. Oh, Patrick, hello. Ah, good morning. What are we doing, you ask? Why, holding a meeting between botanical aficionados. Yes, we were just examining this flower. We were noting what we observed and sharing our thoughts with one another. Now, I've devoted much of my life to botany, but Jennifer's knowledge eclipses even mine. She approaches botany with such a different point of view that it brings my attention to things I never noticed. Every now and again, we like to get together and exchange notes. I must admit, I have little interest in fully exploring the nuances of plant ecology, but watching flowers bloom with the caress of the morning sun is like communing with Mother Nature herself. Even the gloomiest day becomes fulfilling and rewarding after an encounter like that. Now, many flowers fold tightly into buds during the day, yet open with a touch of the sun. Why do you think that is? Passion! The bees and insects that carry pollen are mostly active in the morning, yes? It is to entice these insects to them, to beguile them, that they unfurl their petals and release their sweet scents. If you listen carefully, you can almost hear the flowers crying out, "Spread my love to the world." Actually, that's triggered by a temperature shift, not passion, when the bud's internal temperature changes. Goodness, what a dry and lifeless answer. I do not mean to deny the verity of science, but to me there is a romantic and spiritual aspect to Mother Nature's working that it fails to encapsulate. Different strokes, I guess. Or, yeah, flower power. I mean, sure, I'll say flower power. Thank you. I think you and I will be like two peas in a pod, or two buds on a branch, as it were. True, true. Everyone has their own internal compass by which they navigate the world on their own terms. think it's a good thing that there are so many different yet equally valid ways of viewing the world. Whether you look at them scientifically or romantically, both viewpoints stem from the same love of plants. Oh dear, would you look at the time? I really must be getting home. I think I've taken enough notes, so if you don't mind, I'll excuse myself for today. Come to think of it, what brings you up the mountain this early in the morning? Do you have some business up here? Yes. Your feet simply lead you in this direction? I see. The aura of the mountain must have drawn you in. I knew there was some special energy to this mountain, something that tugs and pulls at the soul. I think our budding friendship may blossom into something special. Oh, I just came up here to give a gift to the harvest goddess. And I don't know if the triggering of the event would uh, affect the gift giving, so I will leave. Also, I forgot to grab a cucumber again, so there is that. It seems like you don't have to be as precise as you had to be uh, on the Game Boy Advance with where you toss things in. You could like be a tile off and it would ruin whatever it was you were trying to do. But this appears to be a little bit more forgiving in that regard. I'm not seeing any flowers today, so I want to make sure to grab one in the morning. In the meantime, I will drop these things off in the shipping bin and get my axe back. Split branches and stumps to make lumber. So I can now break some of the larger stumps and get more lumber more quickly. That's a lot. This is not. Ellen doesn't leave much. Cooking exhibitions, right? Cooking exhibitions tomorrow, right? Karen is not a good cook. She tends to burn everything. What they've been saying on the news thing is, can you boil water without burning it? She burns water. Her cooking is just a disaster waiting to happen. Kid cuisine will reign supreme. I don't think there's a weekly gift limit in this game. I think you can gift someone every day if you want to. But I imagine you cannot gift one multiple times in a day. Alright, now they're at 3. Let's see if I can do the play now. Alright, so there are 3 games: water crops, harvest crops, and care for livestock. I'll show all of them. Alright, I will let them explain the rules. Memorize the places that are marked and water them in the correct order. The example pattern will play out first. Memorize the places watered and the order they are watered in. Next, use the directional buttons and confirm button to water in the pattern shown by the example. This will repeat 3 times. You will get more points for watering in the same order as the example. This will also make the seeds sprout. If you mess up the order even once, the seeds will no longer sprout. Be careful not to water the places the example didn't water, and be sure not to water the same spot twice. So the objective for the first level is 9 points. And I have 25 seconds to water the same spots. So just watering the correct spot will give you 1 point. Watering in the correct order will give you 2 points, and a mistake will lose you a point. Eventually I have to focus a little bit more and give myself little I have to memorize. I have to give myself little word mnemonics or whatnot to help me do it right. But for the first level, just oops. When there's only 3 at a time, I can just remember. Especially when it's an easy pattern like that. Now sometimes the harvest sprites move a little bit faster than you're expecting, and that can cause you to make a mistake. But the all the harvest sprite games are relatively forgiving. So typically what I'll do when I'm at least at the start is I will have 4 sprites that I work on watering with, because watering is the most important thing they can possibly do to help you. And if you have a lot of crops, then they would have to be very good at watering to make sure that they get them all done in a day. And eventually, you know, between playing with them and actually having them do the task, they'll get better at it. So you can have them play at different tasks rather than try and specialize them like I'm going to be doing to begin with. But basically, the 4 on the right, I'm going to be doing watering with them basically every day. Every day that I come out here. Every now and then there might be a day where I don't come and visit the harvest sprites. Especially since now that I can play with them, that's going to extend the length of each day by a significant amount every time I actually do it. Yeah, so I do 4 I train with watering, 2 I train with harvesting, and 1 I train for livestock, though I typically take care of the animals myself. So I very rarely ask the harvest sprites to help with animals. And when they say a little better, they really mean a little better. Like you can see just a very small sliver in the watering bar for the ones that I did watering with. Actually doing the tasks makes it go up a lot more. So now I'll show you the harvest crops game. This is basically timing, but try to harvest as many terms as you can within the time limit. Press the confirm button repeatedly to have the nature sprite harvest turnips. Press too fast and the nature sprite will try too hard and start to sweat. If this goes on for too long, they will fail. When they start sweating, slow down the speed at which you press the button and let the nature sprite rest. There is a perfect rhythm. I don't know what it is on here. The speed at which I'm pushing the button right now seems to be pretty good. There was a little bit of sweating early on, but apart from that, is harvesting every 5 seconds or so, which is about what you want to shoot for. I don't know if going far beyond the necessary points actually gets them better at the task. I'm not going to be able to harvest the last one, I don't think. So I only did 2 points. I don't know if getting 11 makes how much better at harvesting they get improve more. I think it's just pass or fail. So just keep tapping the button. I'm a little bit behind the rhythm I was with the other one, but I think I'll still get 11. Doing this on the Game Boy Advance would often make my hands hurt because it's a fairly small device. So trying to do all this on such a small thing would eventually hurt. Having a controller is better. And I will also show the Care for Livestock game. Try to feed as many chickens as you can within the time limit. Use the directional buttons to move to the nature sprite and the confirm button to put food in the bins. Putting food in the full bin will upset the chickens. Only put new food in the bin that's partly or totally empty. When the bin is partly empty, the chickens will fidget. If the bin is totally empty, they'll leave the coop. Once they leave, the chicken will not return for some time. Pay close attention to the chicken's behavior and feed them as efficiently as you can. So, in these early levels, it's pretty easy to just keep them all relatively fed. This is a lot less forgiving. What you can do if you're struggling is let one or two of the chickens just go, and then you have less to focus on, and you can get into kind of a rhythm feeding the remaining chickens and keep them all happy. Now sometimes one will eat a little faster than usual, and that could cause them to start running. But if you're relatively quick and just keep your composure, you can do pretty well. I only did 10 points. I lost 5 from ones that ran, but I fed 66, so I still got 61 points. So we got the harvest sprites to the point where they are willing to help me, and started training them on. Can't help but worry about what Karen will create. I do hope she'll be alright. So her mom is pointing out that she's not very good at cooking. Alright, we will check the beach, of course. You say that it's not easy. Alright, so I do have the copper axe now. I'm going to see if I need to charge it or if I can just swing it. I mean, we're going to test it on the farm, of course. So I assume at least a level 2 axe charge is needed to chop this. A level 4 is needed for the stubborn stumps. Okay, I do have to hold it. And 3 takes 6 hits to break, and you get a more significant amount of lumber. If you just swing, you don't see anything happen. So you do have to charge the swing. I'm at 12 right now. I'm at 18, so you get 6 per larger log you break. So now that I can break those, I can increase my amount of lumber more rapidly. I'm going to use more energy fishing. Just because I haven't, I haven't done a lot of fishing recently. I have never considered fishing in this game to be a significant source of money. I've always considered it to be, supplemental, but supplemental money still matters. Alright, I am at the point where I can upgrade the fishing rod. So if I do that, it will mean a better chance of getting larger fish, and I think I'm not sure how much it affects the rate of them possibly getting away or of fishing up trash. Especially just going from basic to copper, I would imagine there wouldn't be a huge difference. It would be a pretty broken tool if simply upgrading it once like completely eliminated the chance to get trash. Okay, so I'm going to call the stream there for today. If you were watching live on YouTube or Twitch, thank you for being here. Whether you chatted or lurked, I appreciate it. If you are watching the archive later on YouTube, thank you for checking it out. I hope that however your day is going is progressing favorably for you. And I will see you in the next one.